My Lords, when I tabled these amendments, I had no idea that they would find, first of all, universal approbation in all parts of the House, nor secondly, that they would attract the support of so many very distinguished legal figures. It's quite humbling to list and look at. I mean, I may have missed some, but Lord Sandhurst, the noble Lord, my noble friend Lord Sandhurst, the noble Lord Panic, the noble and learned Lord Judge, the noble Lord Viscount Hailsham, the noble and learned Lady Butler Sloss, all of them highly distinguished figures in the law, in one department of the law or another, and indeed I may have missed some speakers whose careers I'm not equally familiar with. And they all, I think, united on a fairly straightforward point, well, 2 points. First of all, that the operation of the current system of recording can cause genuine harm unjustly to particular individuals, and secondly, that this process should be subject to statutory supervision and to parliamentary supervision. And really that is the essence of the entire case for supporting these amendments. Of course, there were many speeches for which I'm grateful, and I don't think I really have time to thank everybody, but it was an excellent debate. Many speeches made by people who don't have, such as myself, who don't have pretensions to any legal expertise, such as the noble Lady Fox of Buckley, and the noble Lady Noakes, my noble friend Lord Forsyth of Drumlean, noble Baroness Lady Chakrabarty, my noble friend Lord Dobbs, and so forth. Lord Dobbs, but did I make a mistake there? Sorry. But I'm very grateful to everyone who has spoken. I particularly want to draw attention to the remarks made by the noble Baroness Lady Jones of Mulscombe and the noble Lord Cashman. They have both made a very important point, which is that it can be useful to the police in preventing crime in the future to have access to this information and, in certain cases, to retain it. I do not pretend, my lords, that the drafting of the regulations envisaged by these amendments is going to be simple. It will have to take account of the points made by the noble Baroness and the noble Lord. They are important points, but these amendments do not prejudge the weight to be given to those various factors when the government comes to draw up the guidance envisaged. So I'm very sympathetic to the points they made. I'd like to give everybody a gold star for their speeches, except possibly to my noble friend on the front bench, who sadly, and it's a matter of bitter regret to me, it goes to my heart, but she did struggle, and my noble friend Lord Forsyth of Drumlean put his finger on this. She did struggle to explain, and I don't think she even really attempted to explain, why these provisions should not be the subject of statutory supervision. She gave, if I can pick up a couple of points, she gave an example of harassment of an individual as to why this information should be retained. My Lords, in my explanation of the amendment, I tried to point out that it wouldn't affect harassment of individuals, individual cases. But if my noble friend on the front bench feels that it isn't sufficiently clear in the amendment that that is the case, I would, of course, be very happy to accept further amendments from the government that would make it abundantly clear. So I hope that deals with one of the points that she made. She also said, and this is always an argument for doing nothing, that we must beware of unintended consequences of more stringent regulation. My Lords, we haven't asked for more stringent regulation, or indeed for less stringent regulation. We have simply asked for proper regulation. by properly constituted bodies, and we're leaving it very much in the hands of the Home Office and my noble friend to come forward with something that they think appropriate. But I am very encouraged, if I can give some consolation to my noble friend, I am very encouraged by her remark that her colleague, the Home Secretary, does recognise that there is a problem and that some indication of some possibility of action was implied by that. So, taking heart from that comment, I beg leave to withdraw the amendment.